So, the NPC Media has come in to defend Netflix's Cuties, and I don't think anyone's surprised that they would do that. But there's one notable figure that has written an article, and that would be Scott Mendelson. And if you're a part of the fandom Menace by chance, then you'll definitely know who he is, and he definitely is looking for a fight. Well, you know what? Scott Mendelson, challenge accepted. Hey, what is going on, everybody? How are you all doing today? I hope you all are having a wonderful and fantastic day today, and if not, hopefully you all will have a better tomorrow. So, Netflix's Cuties. I mean, we talked about how disgusting this is. This film is just vile to the core. This is a disgusting film. But I did a bit of research on this film, and apparently the movie itself is meant to actually call out exploitation. But the problem is, it exploits minors. This is very disgusting. This is very wrong, obviously. And this is just disgusting. And the NPC Media is here to jump in and defend this movie. Now, we'll get to them in just a moment, but if you look at this trailer, right? So this trailer has now hit, as of the recording of this video, 798,000 dislikes. The big thing here is that even 4chan themselves, keep in mind this is 4chan, even they do not want this movie to be talked about. They do not even permit this on 4chan. This is how bad it is. I mean, people have created a petition to get rid of this movie, and obviously because of it, Netflix has panicked and changed their original description. And of course, the NPC Media, they've been coming in to defend this. For example, this article right here explained why Netflix had to pull down posters of French movie Cuties. And of course, what are they doing? They're trying to either A, make up the excuse of why they had to take down the posters, or why Netflix had to obviously change the description. And I mean, this trash fire of a film, they are coming in here really trying to come up with whatever they can to say that it's okay, there's nothing wrong with this film, when there's everything wrong with this film. You know, looking at that original description here, it's still very, very disgusting, and Netflix screwed up hard with this. Then again, I don't think that this film should be a thing, personally. Of course, you know, when you look at it, Amy, 11, becomes fascinated with a twerking dance crew. Hoping to join them, she starts to explore her femininity, defying her family's traditions. That was the original description before they changed it. And mind you, this film won an award at the Sundance Festival, which a co-founder, by the way, was actually caught with doing some very terrible things to a minor. Okay, so keep that in mind about this and what this kind of tells you about Hollywood. Okay, goes to really show that there's a lot of things going on in Hollywood. And you know, the other thing, speaking of that, you know, you have Tessa Thompson, you know, who played in Thor Ragnarok. You know, she was Valkyrie, came in here to defend this terrible film. Tessa Thompson and more defend Cuties, criticize Netflix's marketing for creating outrage. Now, she came in here, and what she was stating was basically it was all about the identity politics to her. That's what she was doing, because, you know, how it comes to these celebrities over at Hollywood, you know, they don't have their own mindset. They are just a part of the hive mind, and they just go with what they're told. So, of course, they say this stuff. They're going to jump in here and bring in either identity politics or whatever else to try to defend this trash. I mean, that's really not a surprise. So, now we get to this article with Scott Mendelson. Because, you know, it's not surprising to see Scott Mendelson, of all people, coming in here and jumping in to try to say that, oh no, this is fine. This is fine. You know, of course he would. No one's surprised at this. The controversy over Netflix's Cuties is totally ridiculous. Alright, Scott. Well, it looks like this fight is about to begin. So, the article states this. On its face, the current controversy over Cuties is a classic case of the movie being advertised as something it's allegedly not. Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? The French film starring Fathia Youssouf as an 11-year-old girl who befriends a group of dancers at a school and begins coming to terms with her stuff in life is, by all accounts, not an exploitation flick or a crass exercise in vulgarity that happens to center on a landful of minors. These kids are twerking, and they're in these terrible outfits. Are you serious? That looks more like exploitation to me, if anything. I think you're wrong on that one. The film's initial Netflix NFLX poster, as opposed to the original poster, shows off the protagonist in skimpy dance outfits and twerking, and the ensuing outrage has led to online hand-wringing over Netflix daring to show the feature as it were glorified bad stuff propaganda. Our SEO-driven media has again spiked a movie before it even opened by allowing seemingly wrongful interpretations of its content to rise to the top of the media cycle. You see, what he's trying to say here, he's trying to say that this doesn't exploit minors. Yes, it does, Scott. It 100% does. If they're wearing these skimpy outfits, if they're doing twerking motions, yes, that is exactly what exploitation is, you moron. I mean, that's clearly obvious. I mean, how do you not see that? I mean, and the outfits you see in the poster that Netflix has, those are the outfits that the protagonists wear in the movie. So, yes, they are exploiting them. Yes, they are. Very much so. And it's disgusting. Parents Television Council President Tom Winter condemned the movie in a statement by saying the only motivation for producing such a film is to exploit and to fuel the appetites of those who would feed on that exploitation. Right there. Are you serious? The guy states it right there. Right there. So for Scott Mendelson to say that, oh, this movie doesn't do that, that's exactly what it does. That's exactly what it does. That's exactly what that statement is. If I may, that such a motive could be the only reason for making a movie focusing on them coming to terms with themselves says a lot. Maybe, just maybe, Cuties, the director, I'm sure I butchered that, feature is intended for, minors who themselves are coming to terms with themselves and or their potentially discomforted parents. Once again, it's up to them to protect boys and men from their own uncontrollable urges. You can't be serious. You cannot be serious. The insanity of this guy. What? Oh, this is ridiculous. We all discussed Universal delaying Blumhouse's The Hunt after it got smeared by accusations that the movie was a fiercely political screed arguing that red state Americans deserve to be ended by blue state elites. But nobody actually showed up to see it in theaters. Yeah, that movie wasn't going to make it anyways. To a certain extent, these kind of false flag controversies, like a false video that implied that a dog was hurt on the set of A Dog's Purpose, only matter for smaller films that audiences didn't much want to see anyway. Soini took opening weekend heat for Peter Rabbit's scene of our rabbit hero attempting to end his rival, who was, to be fair, trying to end him by exploiting his food allergy, but the PG-rated family flick still lagged out to $150 million domestic from a $25 million debut. It certainly didn't hurt Joker last year. Yeah, and here's the thing. He's trying to basically state that Joker here, the only reason why it really did well was because of all the backlash it got, which Joker was actually a good movie. Secondly, the Puritans were screaming over that movie, which is why it became a complete success, was because they basically gave free advertising to that movie, and it was also a good movie, which obviously a good movie is going to definitely contribute to why people are going to go see it. You can't compare Cuties to that, because Cuties Backlash is absolutely different because it's, actual terrible exploitation when Joker was not exploitation at all. There's a huge difference here that this idiot doesn't understand. And there's a theory that he has about how he believed that Netflix knew what they were doing whenever they created this poster. Now, that part I do think that he's right on, is that I do think Netflix did know what they were doing, but this is where I disagree with Scott on, is the fact that he believes it was so that it would rile up controversy so that this would in turn, get the attention that it needed. Netflix is a platform that doesn't have to use clickbait. It doesn't have to use anything to gain attention because it's already so big of a platform. You don't have to use clickbait to get attention to a movie because Netflix is already so well known and so many people have used Netflix, so they would never have had to use clickbait. I think that when it comes to Netflix, I think their intentions were actually, devious intentions. I think that they were very disgusting intentions as to why they did this. I think that they, just like Hollywood, have these devious intentions. And if anything, Netflix was doing this more to get the attention of creeps that are into stuff like Cuties. You know what I mean? That are into disgusting things like that. And the exploitation was enough for them. They don't need to know what the story's about. They don't care about stuff like that. They just care about what they saw there, and they basically got what they wanted. But then, of course, you're going to have NPC morons like Scott Middleton come in here, and they're going to be like, oh, well, you just didn't understand the concept of the story. No, we understood the concept of the story, Scott Middleton. It is disgusting, vile, immoral, and it should never have been done. See, that's the thing that this idiot doesn't understand. And, whenever he tried to compare this to the Joker didn't have any exploitation like this movie Cuties does. There's two complete differences there. That he tries to compare the Joker to this, yeah, sorry. Joker was actually a good movie, and it didn't have this terrible exploitation. But of course, leave it to the NPC media to try to normalize something this disgusting that does not need to be normalized. I mean, it's absolutely disgusting. But anyways, let me know what you think about this entire situation down below. Subscribe to the channel if you are new here, and make sure you are still subscribed because YouTube is unsubscribing people from all their favorite channels, so make sure you are still subscribed to all your favorite channels. Hit the video with a like, and also be sure to share the video on social media. Spread the word and get it out there. It's greatly appreciated, and it really helps out the channel a lot. Also, be sure to follow me on Discord. We have a wonderful community there. Not only that, but it will keep you up to date on when the newest videos will be released, as well as any other upcoming events in the near future. So be sure to follow me on Discord. The link is in the description down below. But anyways, I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful and fantastic day today. And remember, if today was not a good day, tomorrow could always be better. Take care of yourselves and everyone around you. And have yourselves a good one out there, everybody.